since Amorim joined United, we've had endless debates about the effectiveness of a back five system, and I'm hoping today's video is going to end all of that. Last season, people used Inter to get into the Champions League final with a back five to support Amorim. More recently, Inzaghi's style at Al Hilal and Alonso's system at Madrid has been used to defend Amorim's defiant use of his own principles. But I'm here to say that none of that matters one little bit. Just because a manager has success with a back five system doesn't mean Amorim is going to succeed at United. Similarly, just because a team like PSG dominated Europe last season using a back four, that doesn't mean that Amorim can't be successful at United. And even PSG's rest defence leaves them having a free at the back. Does that mean Enrique is a free at the back manager? You can start to see why these labels start to become a bit pointless. What truly matters is not the formation that's put down on paper. It's what's going on within that system. My main issues with Amorim so far have been a couple of things within his system. The centre-back, usually De Ligt or Maguire, pushing into midfield during build-up. We've had so much talk about it, it absolutely reeks. And simply the lack of attacking players on the pitch, persisting with Mazraoui and Dalot as wing-backs for so long, it just seemed overly cautious. And I feel it was a big reason why we got stung in that Europa League final. We need more attacking players on the pitch more often next season.
This is football heritage.
We'll have to see if different personnel or simply more time on the training pitch, a pre-season with United now, we'll have to see if they will truly change things. But it's not all about the formation. Similarly, the counter-arguments used to back Amorim, I'm so fed up of seeing just these basic little things. Just because a team plays a 3-4-2-1 or something similar doesn't mean that it's anywhere near the same system that Amorim uses. Alonso's Madrid, yes, he's used the back five now in this small sample size of games at the Club World Cup so far. But with Tchouaméni in the middle of it for large parts of it, it's very different to having Maguire or De Ligt being that centre-back. And also in that last game against Juventus, Tchouaméni did become more of a midfielder as the game wore on, and we didn't see him in that centre-back position for large parts of that second half, as Real Madrid did struggle defensively. The same with Inzaghi's new team. We've seen him use Neves as that centre-back. He drops into that position when they're defending deep, and also he drops into that middle of the back three whenever they're trying to retain possession higher up the pitch as well. But having him going up and pushing into midfield when Al Hilal are trying to build up, you can see why that's less of a problem than a traditional centre-back like Maguire or De Ligt. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to work that one out. And his Inter spell, well, he did use a 5-3-2, but again, it's eons away from what we've seen so far under Amorim, especially in build-up. The fluidity in that system is night and day compared to the rigid structure we've seen United use. Again, this isn't to say that Amorim will continue with that said structure. All I'm saying is this blind arguing after looking at a basic formation isn't really the smartest thing that we could be doing with our time. We've seen Amorim use different styles and structures himself in the past, particularly in his Sporting days, even using two strikers himself at one stage. It seems like he settled on this style of play with Fernandes as an 8 with a 6 in behind him. It's why I'm so desperate for United to go and sign a CDM who can complement Fernandes properly, being as though we were so desperate for Fernandes to stay, and it looks, obviously with United signing Cunha, hopefully in Buemo, that Fernandes' position is a little bit deeper, potentially in that midfield pivot. So can we get someone that really does truly complement him in that midfield now? So that being said, in pre-season, hopefully with a few more fresh faces, Amorim might come out, surprise us. He might come out, use a completely different system. We don't know.
A man can dream, though. A man can dream.
One thing is for sure, no matter the style or formation used, Amorim needs support in this transfer window now. But he also needs to show that he can simply win football matches, as I haven't forgotten how bad last season got. The formation on paper is quickly forgotten about if United start to win matches. All my complaints will quickly go away if United can find that winning formula under Amorim. It's all about getting your players in the areas that they're going to truly thrive in. And I do think Amorim has struggled with that a little bit so far at United. So with some new fresh faces and a little bit more time with his squad, I am hoping that he can fix large parts of the issues that he had last season. If not, he is really on a tightrope. But no matter what, this needless point scoring about whatever formation a team uses, this properly get behind Amorim. Hope now that going into next season, we can properly thrive in no matter what system he decides to use. We know it's not going to veer too far from that sort of 5-2-3-1 system that he used last season, but there's definitely some tweaks that's needed. Hopefully he can figure those out and we can have a much more successful year. If you enjoyed the video, guys, drop a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and I'll catch you in the next one.